to that and continue in my live stream on a different device, or if it's going to let me do that or not. Let me see. So let me... There. But it says, chat disconnected, please wait. And that usually means never. It's not going to happen. Great. So I'm going to set you guys right here. Hello, Jody. So it doesn't look like it's going to let me pick up. Let me see if I hit refresh. If it'll let me do that. Hi, welcome back. Sorry, everybody. This is super lames. Lame sauce. I feel like every time I use my laptop, this happens. It always freezes, and then I have to restart my stream somewhere else, like on a different device, because it won't let me do it here. I wonder if I hit end stream, if it would like overlap them. I don't know. Really frustrating. Oh. Now what's happening? Isn't this fun, everybody? Aren't computers fun? Whatever. All right, well, let me just do this. All right, I'm just going to read it. You guys can look at me, and I'll show you when there's pictures. How about that? All right, so what was the last thing you heard? What was the last thing I said that actually broadcasted out into the world? Because I think I was going for a minute. Because the chat stopped on the screen before it stopped on my phone. Thank you. Story time. Thank you. Did you guys hear him respond to the call about the DUI? Ooh, big stretching and yawn banging. Ooh, stretch those back legs. She went, and then she went, and then she went, stretch her legs. Super cute. All right, maybe I'll just start this one at the beginning, and then when I get to the end, I'll stop. You were swearing at you. I know. I was watching the Paranormal Quest premiere. I love premieres, by the way. They're so fun. Like, either side. I don't care what side I'm on during a premiere. I think they're super fun. But I saw everybody saying they were having audio issues and stuff. Oh, the old guy in the walker? Oh, my God. Okay. Let's see. So, let's see. We're going back to Donald. Had he been shot yet? Oh, you saw poor grammar headstone. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So then maybe we'll pick up from there. Poor Donald. All right. Hi. Hey, Pomp. How are you doing? So I really wanted to fix that. I really wanted to fix that headstone. I would like to collect a bunch of interesting headstones and do, where's the camera? There it is. And do like a live stream or where I show you guys a bunch of different tombstones that are super interesting and weird or funny or whatever. But I haven't, like, that's going to take a lot of background work where I'm going to have to find them all first. Been better. Agreed. I feel you. Also, you guys are getting like this little extra chin here because I keep looking down at you because you're like on my keyboard. At work too? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully I'll give you something interesting to listen to that will... You'll hate this more than you hate your job. Okay, so this is a year and a half after the cop shot the depressed old man 11 times. 12 times. Yeah, because 11 rounds were fired and then he shot him in the face. Because his eyes were big. Like he was in a hurry. Yeah, in a hurry to die. He's laying on the ground. Let's see. All right, so a year and a half later. Hello. In the early morning hours of November 8th, 2009, Jeremy Rogers was on duty in Goleta when he overheard a radio call of a wrong-way driver on Highway 101. So remember, he got into police work, yes, a year and a half after the death of the brain surgery man from being shot 12 times. Oh, no! I wonder if I can... Let's see if this helps. Let's see if this helps. A fight on the forecourt? I don't even know what that means. All right. I just turned off my Wi-Fi on my laptop, so hopefully this page won't reload. Oh, good. So remember, Officer Rogers got into police work because of a chip on his shoulder he has against DUI wrong-way drivers, specifically. So he overhears a radio call for a wrong-way driver in the CHP, CHIPS, California Highway Patrol jurisdiction on the highway. That's their jurisdiction. Bye, Pomp. But Rogers decided to respond anyway in apparent violation of Sheriff's Office protocol. Rogers had also not been trained on how to safely manage an oncoming wrong-way driver. He has no idea what he's going to do, but he's on his way. According to court records, Rogers entered the Glen Annie Stork Road on-ramp. And so, if you missed this the first time, I thought I was reading about the drunk driver. This is the sheriff that keeps shooting people. That's who I'm talking about right now. He enters the on-ramp and, seemingly confused about how to proceed, because he realized, I'm not trained for this, I don't even know what I'm doing. He slowed to a crawl as he merged onto the highway and failed to signal or put on his lights or his siren. There's that impulse control. Yes. 18-year-old Marcus Arredondo was driving south along the 101 with his two teenage sisters and a family friend. They were on their way home from a wedding in Lompoc. His mother and father were traveling in another car a short distance ahead. So these are just two cars coming home from a wedding on the correct side of the freeway. Totally fine. Arredondo had to quickly change lanes to avoid hitting Rogers, the records show, which put him directly in the path of the oncoming suspect. So the guy going the wrong way is being pursued, apparently, by Jeremy Rogers and forces him into this car. Oh, thank you. Yes, please hit like if you can. Thank you, Kathy Lee. This is a new stream. Yeah, I had to start over. So thank you for supporting both. Sorry. Arredondo and the family friend, 58-year-old Macrina Ocampo, were killed in the ensuing crash. So he steered the wrong-way drunk driver into this family leaving a wedding. His parents saw the whole thing in their rearview mirror. So they saw the cop and the drunk driver go the wrong way and slam into their family behind them. Can you imagine seeing your child's car? I can't even handle that. I don't even want to think about it. Well, his sisters, Jessica and Karina, in the back seat, suffered severe head trauma and spinal damage. Jessica still uses a wheelchair today. I am going to flip this around. They can either beat each other into hospital or go with police. So this is the sister. So that's how she is now that the cop steered the wrong way driver into the alley. Police, I got hit trying to separate them. Oh my God. Oh yeah. What if they were like, everybody calm down, put themselves right in the line of fire like that? That's crazy. Arredondo's surviving family filed a negligence lawsuit against Rogers and the sheriff's office, alleging his breach of protocol and, quote, reckless behavior caused the collision. Quote, and these are all from Freedom of Information Act. So this is all court records. So this is all verified. Quote, by exceeding department jurisdiction, traveling at a dangerously low rate of speed, merging into the plaintiff's lane without signaling and compelling them to change their course of travel, Rogers created a hazard to plaintiffs that did not exist before and wouldn't have ever happened. Yes, would not have ever happened if it wasn't for him. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand, Pomp, what happened to you. Is this something that's happening right now? What? You said there was a fight, so you got in the way trying to separate them and you got hit. Where'd they punch you? In the face? I was thinking about cars and a car crash, and I was like, oh, did you get hit by a car? Sorry. I'm trying to keep up and do two things at once, and I can't handle one thing at once, so let's just bring our expectations down. Okay. A bit sore eye. You've called the police now. Oh my God. Let's see. The county, Santa Barbara County, which represents the sheriff's office and individual deputies in such liability cases, faced up to $15 million in potential damages from the lawsuit, but it opted to. What do you think happened, you guys? Did they prosecute? Did they take it all the way to the Supreme Court? No, that's right. They settled. You work in a gas station. Oh, okay. Yeah, if there's a fight at a gas station, you got to stop it because there's way like danger zone. That is super sketch. A lot could go wrong. So you're braver than me for stopping it. I feel like I'd be like, I don't get paid enough for this. Bye. Let me know when it's over, everybody. The Costa Conga. I don't like Costa coffee anymore. Hide the facts and settle. That's right. I got car sick in Waterford, Ireland, coming back to Dublin on a bus after having a Costa coffee mocha. I don't want it ever again. Let's see. I was the only one that used that bus's bathroom the whole time. It was like a 3-hour trip. I was the only one in there. This guy was knocking on the door trying to pee, and I was like, you don't want to come in here, man. You don't want to come in here. Cleaning the coffee machines. Oh, that's what that means. The evil Terminator machines. Let's see. So they settled with the Arredondo family for $4.8 million with no admittance of guilt. How much money are they going to throw at this guy before they say, hey, you're super expensive? Oh, that's right. They don't have to pay it. It comes out of their budget. We pay it. Anyone who lives in Santa Barbara County has to pay for that. Yes. So the citizens of Santa Barbara County have paid millions upon millions upon millions of continuous dollars to this guy's, I hope you survive, to this guy's continued negligence and dangerous behavior. The family's attorneys said they were happy with the outcome, explaining that Jessica and Karina desperately needed the funds for their long-term medical care. Dude, those wheelchairs are not cheap. You know that four-wheeled walker that Donald had when he was killed? I needed one of those after my surgery, like really bad, so I could continue to work. That would have been the only thing that would have made it so I could continue to do tours, so I could sit down. And they're like $200 each. So I don't have one. I didn't get one. Because, like, geez, I only needed it for a month. So, like, I can't throw $200 at a medical device like that. All right. So, Sheriff Brown takes issue with the suggestion that Jeremy Rogers, you can laugh, you've no idea the pain and suffering those machines cause me. I can't. I mean, I used to work at Starbucks. The fine trigger happy cop probably has incriminating evidence on his boss and DA. I don't know. Maybe his daddy is his boss. Because this seems... My neighbor, when he sneezes, it sounds like his head's exploding. Hi, way too wavy for you. We are talking about some sketchy stuff that happened in Santa Barbara County. And then I'm doing this because I found this crazy story looking for ghost stories for a tour that I'm putting together. Let's see. So this is local history. If you have some ghost stories you'd like to share. But I am in a haunted place. If you look, I have a video called Spirits of Kachuma that's going on. Anyway, so, and all of my solving videos as well. Okay. There's a lot of noise here. It's been very loud lately. I had a ghost tour last night in Solving, and my throat was like shredded by the end of it because I had to shout over crowds and traffic and music and crying children and barking dogs. And I was just like, this place is haunted. Hi, Carrie White. Okay. Yeah, this guy is responsible for it, and Sheriff Brown, Lori. Hi, Carrie Way too. Lori. I need more. I know a bunch of those. Like Bo and Lori. Let me think. What was I talking about? It's Lori 1978. I don't know. Is that an Instagram handle? Oh, I'm on my phone. That's right. I was going to go look. Hello. Oh, from Paranormal Community on YouTube. Okay. Hi. Welcome. Yeah, it's weird. Everybody's like screen names changed, and I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's see. So the sheriff, county sheriff, whatever, is like backing this guy up no matter what. He says the newspapers, quote, the Independent's assertion that Deputy Rogers caused a collision during a vehicle pursuit that led to a lawsuit is erroneous. Sure does. He continued in his prepared statement on Rogers, which he requested be printed in full. He said, don't you take me out of context. You better print the whole thing the way I wrote it. Yeah. That does make it very confusing. He says, quote, there was no vehicle pursuit. Yeah, no, he rolled onto the freeway slowly right into the middle of everything and caused everybody to die. Cool. Deputy Rogers responded to the report of a vehicle traveling the wrong way on a freeway. That vehicle ultimately crashed head-on into another car. The collision was caused by the highly intoxicated driver of the wrong way vehicle, whose reckless actions took the lives of two innocent people and resulted in life-altering injuries to another person. I'm not going to read the rest of his statement because I don't have to, because I'm not the press and I'm not the Independent newspaper. So you don't get to try to twist everything. Yes, there was a wrong way driver, but that lane was empty. And this family would still be okay if not for the one thing that caused everything to become an issue. So there was no time for anybody to respond to the wrench thrown onto the freeway right in the middle of everything. Hi, Mike. Oh, welcome back. Sorry, I had to restart my stream because of whatever the heck that's about. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. Every time I've ever tried to live stream from my laptop to share my screen, It always freezes. And this is the first time I've actually gotten to the sharing my screen part. Usually it freezes before I even start. So awesome. Anyway, so let's see. I'm not going to read the rest of his stuff. Okay. Shooting number 2. So now he has shot Donald, the brain surgery patient Vietnam vet, who was sad. He killed him. And then he caused those 2 people to die and the other girl to be disabled for life in a car accident that would not have happened if he hadn't been there. And now we're going to a second shooting. Number 2. I'll show you this. Hi, Giselle. Welcome. Glad you could join us. This is what happened to the next guy. There's a few shots. Let me see. Let's see if we can count this. Let me scroll up. Is that all of them? Yeah. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're pretty, I mean, it's a good grouping, isn't it? You're supposed to be editing documents for work, but your brain squirrels prefer being here. Well, thank you. I like squirrels. Ugh. Oh, wait a second. So this happened right where that wall is. So now I can find the exact spot. This is, okay, right here, off the screen here. That's where I did my story time today. Right next to where this happened. In 2012. Which, by the way, I was there for. And so was Mike Dude. We were coming back to LA on a trip to see my family who lives here. And we got rerouted to go around that bridge that I just showed you a different way because they said there was an active shooter on the bridge, right? The active shooter was the cop. He was the only shooter that there was. So we had to go around it, and we were like, what happened? Oh my God. And they said, oh, you just have to continue. And we stopped and asked, what's going on? And they said, there's an active shooter, but he's been killed or something. Misinformation. Anyway. Spelled correctly. Untie. Yes. It was July 2nd. Oh, so we were here for my birthday, July 1st. Awesome. When a Los Olivos woman caught Matthew Berg burglarizing her home. So a burglar named Berg burgled her. He had stolen watches and jewelry, including her deceased husband's wedding ring, before leading authorities on a winding high-speed chase along Highway 101 and side streets, at times on the wrong side of the road. Oh, what do we do when there's a police pursuit? Do we continue to escalate, or do we have his license plate number and we wait till he gets home and then we meet him there? Busted a pipe. Chocolate everywhere. Yay, chocolate everywhere. Yay! Sorry, Pump. Roger sprang into action and said, how can I escalate a high-speed chase? By the time Rogers caught up to Berg had shaken the other pursuing deputies. They were probably like, fine, we'll just go to his house and wait for him there so that he doesn't endanger anybody else trying to get away, right? Trying to escape and evade. No evasive maneuvers. We'll just wait for him. He's got to come home eventually. And it is a petty robbery. He stole some jewelry. So, like, from someone's house. So it's, what is that, a couple $100? Maybe. So he's trying to get away. He's scared. So he had shaken the other deputies and CHP officers, and he stopped on the south side of the San Ynez River Bridge. He was standing shirtless and shoeless, so he wasn't even ready. Let me see. What was that? Was this in California? Yes, it was. Yes, in 2012. Atlanta action. Yeah. So shirtless and shoeless. So we're not talking about like some master Bonnie and Clyde heist. This is like a down on his luck guy trying to steal some jewelry. So he had stopped on the wrong side of the San Ynez River Bridge on Highway 101. He was shirtless and shoeless next to the open trunk of his turquoise Saturn. He's in a Saturn, guys. He's got it hard enough as it is. And he's looking over the edge as if he were about to toss his loot into the riverbed below, where he might live. Honestly, sounds like maybe. So he's trying to get rid of the stolen merchandise before he gets arrested so that they at least have to go find it and they can't. Maybe it'll be a lighter sentence, I guess. He doesn't sound like he's thinking straight, but he is just scared and running. As Deputy Jeremy Rogers approached, Berg turned his head and the two locked eyes, according to Rogers' statement to investigators. And then Berg ran back to his car, which was facing Rogers. He thought, oh no, he's going to get me. And so he tried to get in his car to run again. Rogers came to a quick stop, jumped out, and drew his gun. Why do you have your gun out? Whoa. Why do you have your gun out? Wait. And yelled at Berg, surrender. But he failed. You remember how he drifted slowly onto the freeway with no signal, lights, or siren in the last story? Well, this time, he failed to put his cruiser in park, and it started to roll towards Berg. It is like the Old West, so stop, or my mom will shoot. He can't stop touching his gun. Yeah. So he says, stop. Surrender. And his car starts, his police cruiser starts rolling toward the poor guy who stole some jewelry. Rogers' training should have told him to either box him in between his cruiser and the railing or stop further back, take cover behind his car and wait for backup, not exit his rolling vehicle in the middle of the road. It appears from Rogers' dash cam video that Berg then attempted to steer around the deputy's driverless car on the narrow 2-lane bridge. So he said, oh no, this guy's car is going to hit me. So he tried to move out of the way. But Jeremy Rogers claims in his interview with detectives that Berg was headed right for him. He would have, quote, he would have run me over and possibly killed me. I believe that's what he was trying to do. If he hadn't jumped back in his car, he probably would have been run over by the cops' unmanned vehicle that was just rolling around doing its thing. Oh my God. The incompetence. This Keystone Cop idiot. Ugh. I have seen so many videos of cops like forgetting to put their car in park and having it roll over other cops and stuff lately. It's like, do they not teach you to like drive? I don't know. Thank you. This guy is awful. So Berg, who was 47 years old, was never arrested for any violent crimes. And he says, Jeremy Rogers says, as Berg came closer, he seemed to reach for a weapon. But Berg was in fact not armed. Rogers opened fire, putting 8 quick rounds through the Saturn's windshield and hood, hitting Berg in the face, shoulders, and chest. He's a good shot, isn't he? Some good grouping, right? Just like when he shot the old man with brain surgery. Rogers' dash cam clearly captured the shooting, though the sheriff's office initially told the Independent newspaper that the shooting had occurred outside the camera's view. Oops, we couldn't see it. Yeah, the car was just rolling down the freeway when he started shooting the guy. But then, never mind. We did get it. Interesting that they lied first. 8 shots does seem excessive. It does. It does. Only after being pressed by the Independent newspaper did the department actually provide the video. But that copy that they provided blurred out Berg the victim for the entirety of the incident and ends shortly after Jeremy Rogers stopped firing his gun at him. So we can't even see him seeming to reach for a weapon that he didn't have at all. This little man is so terrified. He is afraid of everyone. His adrenaline is always at 11. What a little scaredy girl. Okay, anyway. He thinks he's Roy Rogers. Maybe, yeah, with a name like Rogers. The sheriff's office has not explained why the video was edited. Recently released dashcam videos that the department provided of other law enforcement shootings were not edited. So they hid that to show he was not reaching for a weapon. Does he like bunnies? I hope not. Or actually, I guess I hope so we won't shoot mine. I don't know. I was actually questioning whether I should even do this story because for Girl Scouts, I know, because I live here, and if he sees it and he doesn't like me, I'm next. You know what I mean? Like some retaliation for his little fifis. She's scared. I don't like her. She made me feel bad and embarrassed. She's telling people about me, and that will put me in danger. This information's out there, buddy. You're putting yourself in danger by giving yourself this reputation every day. Do better. Anyway. Yeah. So if anything happens to me and it's this guy, well, guess what? It's his fault. Let's see. In 2012, the same year that it happened, Berg's sister Debbie watched an unaltered version of the footage obtained by her attorneys when she was considering filing an excessive force lawsuit against Rogers. In a letter previously published by The Independent, Debbie claimed that Berg's arms were raised when he was shot. So when he was seemingly reaching for a weapon, they blurred out the fact, Hi, Debunk the Junk, welcome. They blurred out the fact that he had his hands up. He had his hands up and visible when he was shot. And the sheriff's office said there is no video. Hey, just like that Donald old man murder video. They said that they didn't have a video of that. And then when they were pressed on it, because they had to release it, they blurred it out so you couldn't see that he had his hands up. His sister also wrote how she was struck by the, quote, complete lack of regard for human life displayed by Rogers and his colleagues as Berg's head lolled back and forth and he bled out in his seat. Quote, the officers were clearly happy with Rogers' performance, she said. Quote, they are seen slapping Rogers on the back for a job well done, and Rogers is seen strutting with pride over his kill. None of them, she said, made any effort to save her brother's life. So they shot him to death 8 times and then high-fived and stood around while he bled to death and didn't even help. Quote, that day, Matt had committed a crime, but he did not deserve to die. He stole some jewelry. You guys, a little bit, yeah. He stole some jewelry and then tried to run away and got murdered by a guy who let his unoccupied vehicle roll straight for him. Oh my God. The sister. Hey, what's up, sarcasm? People hired to keep you safe. Yeah. Protect and serve. Endanger and swerve your unoccupied car into people. It is. Yeah. Seems pretty simple to me. She didn't file a lawsuit because she couldn't afford the legal fees. Because only the rich have rights in America. But she said she remains haunted that a trigger-happy deputy continues to patrol Santa Barbara with impunity. Quote, Rogers still carries a gun and is still out there protecting and serving, she said. As in the case of Donald George, the old man with the brain surgery, the sheriff's office determined that Rogers had used a reasonable amount of force to protect himself and others against what he perceived to be an imminent threat. He was scared. He was scared, you guys. Authorities noted that Berg had put many motorists at serious risk during his high-speed chase. Dude, Pomp, will you please adopt me? Can I live with you? In her final report, DA Joyce Dudley quoted from the majority opinion delivered by the U.S. Supreme Court in a precedent-setting excessive force case from 1989, quote, "We must never allow the theoretical, sanitized world of our imagination to replace the dangerous and complex world that policemen face every day." Don't leave me here. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Yeah. So we need to vote out Sheriff Brown and DA Joyce Dudley. They need to, apologists of a murderer need to go away, and this guy needs to go to prison forever. For the rest of his life. Hopefully in the prisons he used to work in. That'd be nice. All right, shooting number 3. I will show you this accompanying photo. Handsome chap. Young man. Happy looking guy. There he is. Y'all moving to Canada. I don't think Canada's far enough away. All right. October 15th, 2019, the shooting death of Cameron Ely by 4 deputies, including Jeremy Rogers, remains an open case as of this article in the year 2020. Yeah, we're going to have to wait until it is an asylum request situation, aren't we? As a result of it being an open case at the time of this article, little information is publicly available, but this is what information we have about it. Cameron, the 30-year-old son of Tarzan actor Ron Ely, stabbed his mother to death at the family's Hope Ranch estate and then called 911 to try to blame the murder on his father. Quote, "The caller was out of breath, unintelligible, and crying," a 911 dispatcher said in a radio communication to nearby units. When the deputies arrived, they found Cameron, inside, unharmed. No. Oh, Ron Ely. Right. Okay, so they found the Tarzan actor unharmed inside, and Cameron, the 30-year-old son, outdoors. So confusing. It's written really sketchy. I'll do my best. The suspect told deputies that he had a gun, advanced toward the deputies, and motioned with his hands as if he were drawing a weapon, the sheriff's office said in a media statement at the time. Yeah, I think I would love it there too. In response, 4 deputies fired a total of... He called 911 and said, "I just stabbed my mom," right? Mom? Is it his mom? Yeah, stabbed his mother to death. He called crying and out of breath and unintelligible. So it's hard to say, did you do it or did she? And then stabbed would indicate a knife, right? Then they say that he said he had a gun and motioned with his hands as if he were drawing a weapon. So he's a knife killer, but okay, let's go with this. The 4 deputies, including little Jerem, fired a total of 24 rounds from their service weapons. I thought it was 1 shot, 1 kill or whatever. Like, they're supposed to be really proud of tactical, like, specifics, no vital organs, make sure he faces justice and gets his fair trial, whatever. Not around here. 24 rounds from their service weapons, fatally wounding the suspect. When deputies were able to safely approach Cameron using a ballistic shield, they're hiding behind a shield now. Like, this is World of Warcraft. And they're approaching him. They found that he did not, in fact, have a weapon. A 30-year-old got shot almost as many times as he had been alive years. And he was not armed. They are supposed to shoot to kill? What? That's dumb. If you shoot somebody in the shoulder, they can't physically pull a trigger and they're no longer a threat. You have neutralized the threat. And they're not dangerous to anybody. And now they can face justice. Not just like, you're the executioner. You decide who dies today. Nope, they're not zombies. They're human citizens. Let's see. 2 months later, a member of Santa Barbara's law enforcement community leaked an audio recording of the encounter to news organizations. The clip begins with the deputies, Sergeant Desiree Tome, Deputy Philip Farley, that sounds like a fake name, Deputy John Grutadario, and Jeremy Rogers, first confronting Cameron. Hey! Bye, Pomp. Hey, Rogers yells. We got somebody over here. Yeah, I don't know. Another deputy gently says to Cameron, keep your hands up, okay? Keep your hands up. There's no audible response from Cameron and no clear indication when he supposedly told the deputies he was armed. Another deputy says, you got gloves? Because Cameron had blood on him, you know, from the whole stabbing thing. So they said, quote, we need somebody to glove up. And then there's some radio crosstalk. And then they said, stand by. A couple of beats of silence passed before a sudden cacophony of gunfire. Rogers yells the F word. Then, so he was like really amped up. He lives his life amped up. I wonder if do you think he's taking stimulants or anything? Like besides coffee? I don't know. Because he sounds like he's always at 11. Like they said he has poor impulse control. Maybe he's like, I don't know. Then a few moments later, he yells again, quote, he's still moving. There's a gun under him. So remember, he wasn't armed. There was no gun. Roid rage. That's probable. He just didn't want to look 11 years old anymore. Not the personality for the job, for sure. For sure. MMA ATS. So he's still fantasizing about the guy having a gun and him being like a hero. The lone female-sounding voice, which likely belongs to Sergeant Desiree Tome, cuts in and says, quote, one person give him instructions, she says calmly. So she's saying, one person, tell them what to do. Rogers shouts at Cameron to move his right hand out from under his body. No response. The order is repeated. I think he was probably dead. The order is repeated or dying. Again, no response. So like I said, if you're hitting the shoulder, you can't pull a trigger physically. It's impossible. So maybe he couldn't move his arm. Maybe he landed on it and could not move it. Maybe those tendons are not connected anymore because, I don't know, 24 bullets. The recording ends. It's also not clear at what point in the encounter Cameron had advanced on the deputies. So let's see, the last thing they said before gunfire. Keep your hands up, okay? Keep your hands up. You got gloves? We need somebody to glove up. Stand by. And then gunfire. Cameron Eli attended Harvard University, where he played football and graduated with a psychology degree in 2012. He worked as a security guard for 2 years before his death. So he was like kind of one of them. So that's this guy, little Harvard football player. So they were like, he's got a gun. So this guy got shot 24 times. And maybe more, because it sounds like he was still alive on the ground, barely moving. when they decided to end the recording so we don't hear his last moments, or if he had any last words, and we'll never know what they were. That sucks. Jeremy Rogers is the only Santa Barbara County law officer to be associated with 5 deaths over the last decade, but he is not the only sworn member of the sheriff's office to face allegations of misconduct in the same time period, to cost taxpayers dearly in civil litigation, yet seemingly to avoid any professional consequences. As part of its records request, the Independent asked for information on the largest civil settlements against the sheriff's office since 2010. 2 of these, George and Arredondo cases, were among them. So he is costing more taxpayer dollars in Santa Barbara County than any other civil settlements against the sheriff's office since 2010. A third major lawsuit came to a close just last year. This was 2019, when the county shelled out $950,000 to a 29-year-old homeless man named Chandler French. According to court records, French was traveling along Highway 101 on June 1st, Marilyn's birthday, 2018, when Deputy Anthony Muniton attempted to pull him over for driving erratically. French led Muniton on a short chase before crashing into the median and stopping. Soon after French got out of his car, his attorneys said Muniton picked him up and slammed him to the ground, breaking his back. So this is a totally different Santa Barbara County sheriff. Muniton reportedly told French to, quote, stop resisting as he did so. His voice was monotone and flat, which indicated the comments were for show and simply pretext for the use of excessive force. So he said, stop resisting, as he beat the crap out of him and broke his back. French's attorney said Muniton then dragged French behind a nearby off-ramp out of view of his dash cam and pummeled him with punches and kicks. So the guy's back is broken and he's getting the crap beat out of him. Muniton, I hope I'm saying that right because he deserves to be spoken of, had graduated from his training academy only a year before the incident. So they taught him to be angry and dispense justice with no trial. They can't shoot to injure. That's how you get killed or get another person killed, but that doesn't apply to this guy because none of his shootings were justified. Okay. They never said if this guy was that. The fourth big payout came from the shooting of Jeremy Bordegaray on October 6, 2013. Bordegaray, a serial criminal from Cayucas, had broken into a Carpinteria area beach house. Sergeant Daniel Calderon, Deputy Wesley Johnson, and Deputy Sean Hampton handcuffed him and locked him in the back seat of one of their cars. They found a loaded gun in his backpack as well as baggies of methamphetamine in his truck. While the deputies were searching the house for more evidence, Bordegaray somehow slipped the cuffs under his legs, broke through the cruiser's plexiglass partition, and wiggled his way into the driver's seat. As he threw the car in gear to make his escape, Calderon opened fire and hit Bordegaray in the arm and lower abdomen, obliterating his intestines. All 3 deputies told investigators Bordegaray was driving directly toward us when he was shot. Dashcam footage showed that was not true. The deputies colluded and conspired to write police reports containing false and misleading statements in order to cast their actions in a more favorable light, says the lawsuit. Bordegaray sued and won $800,000. His attorneys also claimed that after the deputies pulled Bordegaray from the car, they left him, quote, unconscious and bleeding on the pavement for an extended period of time. So it seems like Santa Barbara County sheriffs, when they shoot somebody, sorry for my big finger, they don't then provide literally any effort to keep you alive or care for you. Why? I wonder. Because, you can now disarm them. They are now no longer a threat. And now you can make sure that they will survive to face justice. Those guys were embarrassed that they let a cuffed guy steal a police car. Yup. Before they called an ambulance, so they left him there for a long time. Oh, the show Psych is so good. When they did finally contact paramedics, they intentionally reported the incident as a traffic accident. So they said there was a car crash in a stolen squad car. They didn't say, oh, we all shot him. Did they all? No. Nope. Just Calderon. Calderon shot him. Jesus. How do you send first aid to somebody for a traffic accident when you know they need bullet care, like gunfire? That's a totally different process of healthcare. Oh, Pam, I like it. It is, yeah, it's really stupid. I'm glad that it's criticized, because it should be, because that's stupid. Once they're under control, the cops need to take care of the suspect. Not everyone can turn off that adrenaline, though. Yes, that's true. It seems common sense to me, but de-escalation doesn't seem to be taught anymore. A shooting review panel convened by the sheriff's office found the deputies acted, quote, within department policy and procedure. We investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. The end. The district attorney's office agreed, determining that Calderon was reasonably scared for his and others' safety and therefore legally allowed to use lethal force. Bordegaray was ultimately sentenced to 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to gun and drug charges. He received his payout 3 years into his term and has since been released. They're supposed to provide immediate medical care. That makes sense. Sheriff's officials would not again speak to us about the case or disclose if any disciplinary action was taken against the deputies. So now, what's going on here? There we go. I'll just, let me do this. Sorry. It was so much easier when I could share my screen. But here we are, you know. Oh, it went away. It went away. No. There we go. Yeah. All right. So if you are ever passing through Santa Barbara County in any capacity ever for any reason, and you get pulled over, make sure it's not this guy. And if you see this guy who looks like an 11-year-old, he's even got that turned up snoot. An 11-year-old boy in his dad's uniform. They're supposed to de-escalate. Yes, I agree. If you ever see this guy coming at you, your life is in danger and nothing you do is going to save you. Doesn't matter. It looks like, yeah, he manages to make it look slouchy and bad, even though it's designed to look really good. So no matter what you do, whether you move very slowly, even if you just lay on the ground and act like you're dead, he'll make sure that you are. Hey, Ghost Wiener, how you doing? So that's my terrifying story for tonight. I'm sorry that my original live stream ended the way that it did. What time is it? 7:15? All right. I thought about doing a tour tonight, but I don't know if that is a thing. I did take this picture I want to share with you guys. Locally where I am, Solvang, has a thing called the Amber and Viking Museum. So they're two separate museums. There's the Viking Museum, when real life people are scarier than ghosts could ever be. Yeah. One day this guy is going to be a ghost, and then he'll actually do less damage. He'll be less harmful on the world, but I'm sure he'll be a ghost because we'll never get rid of him, because people like this never go away. So there's a Viking museum, there's an art museum, there's a history museum, and then there's an amber museum, and it's very small, but I tell people about this all the time. And I would like to show you guys something that is at the amber museum. It is a human head bust made out of a bunch of different colored pieces of amber. And I took this picture because nobody could ever believe how off-putting and terrifying and super gross it is. So picture a bunch of little pieces of amber assembled in the shape of a human head in a way that would be art, right? Whatever you're picturing, yes, they do, is this. This is what it looks like, you guys. So you're welcome for the nightmares you're about to have, where you can't stop picturing this and how it looks like ground hamburger with corn. So that's it. Does, right? So that's something you can see if you go to solving. I am, thank you. It does. It's like the bodies exhibit, where they like show you people with no skin. Why does my thing keep turning off? Yeah, it's disgusting. This is the grossest thing. I saw it and I was like, that's so disturbing. Why would you make that? And then somebody was like, this is art. Let's put it on display. And it's in a glass case to protect it. Hi, James. Search up Pamela Voorhees' head. All right, let's do that. Oh, Voorhose. Let's see. Lonnie Anderson? I think I have to put the word head on there, don't I? Oh, yes. If you search up Pamela Voorhees, it doesn't take you to this, but now that I see it, let's see. Open this up. Let's see. Open image, new tab. Oh, come on. Hang on. Let me change my settings to large so that it is not these tiny. They're all of these pictures are like they're all blurred, like not safe for work. Okay, here we go. Hi. Oh, James, did you go live today? What? Okay, so this is what we're comparing it to. Why does it keep doing that? So this, what in the world? All right, so this is what we're comparing it to. This is the Amber Museum in Solving. Okay. And now we're looking at this. Do you see? Guess I can turn it this way. This amber artwork. Look at that, you guys. That is disgusting. And I think they're beads because they have little holes in them. That's so gross. I threw in a little bunny for you. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Ew. Thank you for telling us to search for that because that's amazing. All right, let's see what else. Yeah. Oh, For Blood Alley, you guys. Remember I told you guys about Blood Alley. What in the world? I hate this thing so much. All right. So remember Blood Alley, 43 deaths between 2010 and 2020. There have been 2 more since my video came out. We're at 45. Actually, I don't even know since 2020 what the update is. Like, I don't know. Isn't that terrible? That's terrible. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Guess that's it. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's everything I had prepared today. I know! Pamela was sadly killed. Yeah, she looks killed. She looks like... What's his name? Oh, what's his name? Oh, darn it. Gary Busey. There we go. Jason was a good boy. So was Norman. It is, yeah. It's little amber stones. Norman Bates was such a good boy. Either Meg. Let's see. Oops. Oh, the Ginger Dead Man. That's what it's called. The Ginger Dead Man. So, I don't know if you guys have seen this before. But if you haven't... I'm going to show it to you. Give me a second. Let me... I've watched this. Oh, goodness. I've watched this with Elvira, like as an Elvira thing. Quality. Oh, that's the best it can be. 360p. Nice. Nice. All right, I missed something. Smack the Danish out of the like button. Thank you. Pamela's Jason Voorhees' mom, and he drowned, and then she got mad and tried to kill Alice Hardesty, the one who chopped off Pamela's head to survive because Pamela was trying to kill her because they weren't washing Jason when he drowned. My search history, I know. Jason didn't drown there. It was like a... Okay, so let me tell you something. I have seen a ton of horror films, most obscure horror films, but I've never seen Friday the 13th, so I don't know any of this. So is this a spoiler? When he was 11, so has he never been a he at all? Okay. Let me see. Hey, there's me. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you guys to the Ginger Dead Man, Gary Busey.
In a quiet bakery, one woman is about to confront her past. I gotta fight back.
Those teeth.
Unforgivable act of violence.
That's
It
not...
also says here that after they fried
That's really the
chair,
resolution.
they cremated him.
Those are...
Ashes to his mother in Coonsboro.
The text was straight lines.
Must be that gingerbread season. Ah! Heck!
Oh no, not the flower.
Curse. What is a fuck anyway?
I think I know what. I mean, who it is. It's me, Raptor! Why'd you come and get me?
A new kind of cookie.
What the hell is that?
Well, it sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking doughboy.
This is a real movie. He doesn't even have fingers. How can he hold that? You guys, stop.
You are! Run as fast as you can. Something seconds in the oven, the gingerbread man. Evil never tasted so good. Eat me, you punk bitch!
You guys. I wish he could. I'm sure I know. No head after this? Oh, yeah, sure. Definitely a spoiler. Lenora, A Child's Tale, and Supernatural. Cooked? So that's The Ginger Dead Man. It's one of my favorite dumb movies because of how stupid it is. But it's Gary Busey as a gingerbread man who kills people even though he can't. He has hands like this. So he can't really hold anything. But apparently he's firing weapons and using I don't know. It's amazing. I watched it as an Elvira, the 13 Days of Halloween or something. Because I used to really, before I start playing a character, I do a ton of research. And so that was part of my research is I watched every Elvira thing I could get my paws on, and I wrote down her jokes and puns and stuff so that I could like come up with my own. Hi. Okay, so so Pamela Voorhees, no head. Let me get rid of Ginger Dead Man. Pamela Voorhees, no head. Oh, it's a doll. It's a toy. Oh, is this her? That looks like Eddie Izzard on a plate. Okay. Oh, he would love this movie. Ginger Dead Man, he would love it. So apparently, this is a toy you can get. It does, right? It looked like Eddie. There's the blue sweater. That's basically the My Heart Belongs to Daddy costume from... Oh, look, it's down there in the bottom. It does come with a head. All right. I didn't see that at first. So the only thing that's coming up is this, and it is... That's it. That's the best we're going to get. I don't know if you're trying to get my channel shut down or demonetized or something, but there you go. Let's see. All right. So, yeah, if you guys are looking for stupid, scary movies, oh, I've got a list for you, and Ginger Dead Man is one of them. I did. Yeah, I did that first. I searched just her name first, and it was all just pictures of her face. Oh, yeah, James, thank you for staying up so late with us. We appreciate you. I'm actually going to end soon. I've been here hour and 10, and I don't know how long the first live stream was before I got disconnected by my laptop for whatever reason that was. Omaha, Nebraska. I have been to North Platte, Nebraska, and I have been to somewhere else. I feel like I drove through Nebraska for a really long time. North Platte was nice, though. What was that other city that I stopped in? I don't think it was Omaha. It was... I'm not sure. First National Bank. Oh, that's cool. Well, cool. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I forget... Who was I talking to where I was talking about... In the chat for somebody else's live stream, I was talking about the bands that I've met. But that'll be a whole other thing. There's a new tower in their building. Oh. So it won't be like a historic building anymore. We wouldn't want that. Well, now you guys know what to look out for if you ever pass through Santa Barbara County. You know to not. You know it's not safe here. The woodman life is. Ugh. This is coffee, by the way, and I know it's late. It's only 7:30 at night, but it's like evening. Oh God. But I'm having coffee because I got up early today. I got a pretty good night's sleep last night too, and I woke up before my alarm went off. But I was so tired after story time that I had to have a coffee, or I was not going to be able to even turn on my computer. All I wanted to do was go back to bed. I was so tired. But I'm going to be sharing stuff from story time into Discord if you guys want to see that. And then let me know what characters you would like me to do for future story times the next 3 Saturdays from now. 8-legged freaks. Jeez. You're going to be more caffeinated than I am. So I have Elsa, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Ariel, Belle, Alice, or Cruella. But probably not Cruella, we'll be honest. Back to work. Thank you, Jody. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry I was the bearer of bad news tonight with this weird stream. We got an Alice vote. Cool. Alice for 1. Thank you, Alice. Oh, it was the same person. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to do... let me know if you want Discord-only live streams of my stories or members-only live streams of my story times. Princess story times. Belle, got it. And then I am ending. I do have to go. I still have to find pictures for my ghost tour that I was supposed to be doing right now, but I didn't. I got distracted. But yeah. So let me know if you want members only live streams of the story times, or if you want Discord only live streams where I just put an unlisted link into Discord for just y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. And then bye, Lori. Yeah, so let me know what character you want to see and where you would like to see it. Discord or members. Thank you. Oh, Pam. I think if there's ever more blood in my body than coffee, I'll be dead. Vote for Discord? Oh, cool. All right. Thank you very much. I'll always keep gifting out free memberships whenever I can too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you guys, and I appreciate you, and I am so glad that you came to my live stream. Twice, some of you. Thank you, Kathy Lee. There's the link to Discord. Whew. I don't think I've had dinner yet. I should probably eat something. All right. Thank you, guys. Have fun and have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Marilyn Monday. Boop. Boop. Bye. Da, 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 da.